In this video, I want to answer the question, what is a pre-mortem? And explain how to conduct one. The pre-mortem is a technique devised by Gary Klein in his excellent book, The Power of Intuition, and I'll put a link to it in the description. It's certainly well worth reading. Klein named the pre-mortem as an analogy to the idea of a post-mortem, in which we examine a corpse after death to find out why it died. What, he asks, would happen if we could examine a project before it dies to find out the reason for its potential death? That's the principle of the pre-mortem. Foreseeing the failure of a project and identifying the causes before they happen. The pre-mortem is an excellent exercise that you can carry out at any time during the course of your project as part of your risk management process. But of course, the best time to carry it out, and certainly the first time you should carry it out, is right at the start of your project. And it also makes a fantastic exercise to use in a team kickoff meeting. The pre-mortem is a way to find failings in your plan, but too often when we look for risks, we take the plan as our core assumption and look for small things that could go wrong based on the plan. What the pre-mortem does is it sweeps aside your plan and says, what could go wrong regardless of what the plan is? The problem is that we have an intrinsic bias. Once we've created our plan, it's very hard for us to see anything happening that is not fundamentally based on that plan or a variant on it. The universe, however, has no such bias. So, while we find it hard to escape the tunnel vision that the broad path of our plan lays out for us, there may be some fundamental assumptions embedded in our plan that are simply wrong. The pre-mortem exercise allows us to find these major divergences because it doesn't start from the plan, it starts from the assumed failure of your project. Kicking off the pre-mortem exercise, we start by inviting people to assume that the project completion has been an utter and complete fiasco. So let's look at how to conduct a pre-mortem. And this process can work equally well as a live in-person event with everybody in a room, or as an online facilitated event with your team scattered all over the world. I'll break it down into 6 steps. Step 1 is preparation. Gather together your group and set up the exercise. Make sure everybody understands the basic nature of the project and that everybody has a pen and paper available to them. Step 2 is to imagine a fiasco. Invite everyone to imagine the end of the project and to imagine that it has gone seriously wrong. Ask them to think about the different ways in which it may have failed and what those outcomes look like. Get them to note down the different types of failure that they've identified. When everyone's documented the failures they've identified, then get the group to share them and put them on a board so that everyone can see the different scenarios that you're looking at. Step 3 is to generate reasons for the different failures. Ask your group to write down everything that they can think of that may have caused or contributed to the failures that they've identified as a group. Step 4. Consolidate the lists. Now facilitate a sharing session that compares the failures and the reasons for the failures. Capture these on a board and keep facilitating to add to the list, to organize it and to develop it until you've got everybody's ideas. Step 5. Review your risk register and your plan. Take all the work you've done and look for new risks to add to your risk register and elements of your plan that need to be strengthened or completely rewritten. Finally, at step 6, end the session by determining what the next steps are and allocating responsibilities for them. Periodically come back and repeat the exercise to keep your team alert for new reasons for possible failures and therefore to keep your plan as sharp as possible. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it or learned from it. I'll be creating loads more great project management content for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.